Oh man, dirty camera. I made it worse. Hold on. I made it worse. Man, this shit's still whack. Hey, this is what's gonna have to be, man. Hold on. Let me try to. Let's see if I can clean this a little better, yo. God dang. There you go. Damn, smudge fingers, man. Hey, what's going on? Top of the morning. I want to wrap real quick. I'm mad tight. But Saturdays and Sundays I like to reserve and work for myself. But I made a mistake in my scheduling. So as you can see, I got on the penguin suit and I'm about to go make it do what it do. But I just posted a status, like something just popped in my mind, and this is something that was in my mind for a while now, of how people, regular Joe Schmo, under $100,000 a year making, normal people, could look at individuals that are billionaires, that are responsible for providing employment for millions of people, taking care of millions of families, to think that these individuals are insane. To me, that is insane. Do you know how easy it is to be insane? Like right now, if I want to be insane, I could just be driving this car and just jump out the motherfucking car while it's still driving. That's some insane shit. That's not gonna make me a billionaire. I could run up, like, not even nothing violent. I could just run into a police station butt naked. I'm gonna get arrested. That's not gonna make me a billionaire. I could just go to KFC, just hop. I'm not even saying nothing crazy, nothing violent. I'm just saying crazy stuff. But let's take out the extreme violence. I could just go to the KFC and just, like, if the chicken takes too long, just hop back in the counter, just put chicken in the bag, put the money on the counter, just leave. Like, yo, this is what I took. I got it on camera. I'm out. That's not gonna make me insane. It may give me a lot of followers on TikTok or something like that, but that's not gonna make me a billionaire, I think billionaires are cold and calculated. I think they know exactly what they're doing. Now, different billionaires, I feel like they have different means or different ways of obtaining their billions. There's no one specific way to obtain $1 billion. But I think the one commonality that they all have is that a lot of people would view them as insane because of some of the things they say and some of the risks and chances that they take. And a lot of them just driven, man. Like, they see something that a lot of other individuals don't see, and they make an attempt and they try it. They have courage. I think they have to have a level of disillusion, you know what I'm saying, to think that they can change the world. Billionaires change the world, period. Point blank, period. One way, shape, form, or fashion. I mean, every individual on this planet changes the world. But I'm saying billionaires change the earth on a grand scale, on a grand magnitude, because they just have a far more reach and they influence a lot more people, individuals. They help feed a lot more individuals. So a lot of individuals eat off of them. But to just dismiss some of them as insane, it's the wrong word. Now, if you say sociopath, I get that. Like, a sociopath is somebody that looks normal, but they have, like, twisted, demented things or just different things going. They don't have really the capacity or the ability to feel empathy. But they can hide and pretend like they do. They can hide and pretend like they care, but ultimately, they're very self-serving. And I think a lot of billionaires are, but that's not insanity, though. That's narcissism. That's so. If you would have said billionaires are narcissists, and most celebrities in general are narcissists, comedians, actors, entertainers, whatever. If you would say that they are sociopathic, then I would get that. Like, a sociopath was, if you want to do it on the level of serial killers, two sociopaths, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was to other gays, I don't know why, but black men worship white men, whatever. But to other gays, he was seemed as charming. That's why he was so successful. And he was able, even though he's creepy and weird acting, people just passed him off as just a creepy, weird guy. And that's how he was able to do what he did for so long and not get caught, because he was able to conceal his true inner demonic self. Ted Bundy, you know, a lot of women found him attractive. He was charismatic. He was brilliant. The lawyer, I mean, not the lawyer, but the judge who rendered his sentence was saying, like, in another world or in another lifetime, you could have been a brilliant lawyer, but you used all of your skills and your intelligence, your intellect, and your looks to kill people, to do crazy things. But the thing is, Ted was able to get away with it for so long because he was able to have that charismatic exterior in which people thought he was normal. And that's how he was able to be so successful. And I think a lot of billionaires, not a lot, I think all of them had that capacity. You know, a lot of them may seem normal, but it's just something inside of them that pushes them to chase success and achieve said success. But that's a level of sociopathy. That's not like a psychotic person is like, you know what I'm saying? Like the clown John Wayne Gacy or somebody. Just somebody who you can blatantly see that they're crazy, and you can blatantly see that they're doing crazy stuff, walking around like crackheads and shit like that. Those are psychopaths, man. And we see how far their lives are. Like junkies and drug addicts and shit. Because I would say John Wayne Gacy or somebody like that, but even a lot of those serial killers, they still was able to get away with it for a long time. So to me, I think mostly all these serial killers were more sociopaths than psychopaths. A psychopath is somebody that you can literally see and can't function in society. You see them and you know it. You spot it. A sociopath, you can't spot it. It goes undetected. You know? But I think a lot of these billionaires that come off like psychopaths, that is a ruse. It's to make you think that. But in actuality, they know exactly what they're doing. They're cold and they're calculated, and that part of that persona, and this is just my theory, part of that persona of some billionaires, you know, coming off like they're crazy or whatever, it is so you can look at them and not try to strive and try to achieve. If you see somebody that's successful, you want to mimic their success and become what they're becoming, or to try to emulate what they are. But if somebody looking all crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, talking to themselves in the middle of the street and doing all this crazy shit, you'll be like, I want to be like that motherfucker. He's insane. Meanwhile, you don't know how much money that individual has, pretending like he's being that way. So I think just a lot of these billionaires, like, first of all, just to call them like a Kanye West, he inspired it, but other people have said this about Elon Musk. I think people have said this about Mark Zuckerberg. People have said this about Bill Gates. I think they're all sociopaths, but they're not psychopaths. They know exactly what they're doing, man. They know, to me, to just pass them off as crazy, it takes the onus out of the decisions that they make. Because you can, in a court of law, you can do some crazy shit, kill somebody, whatever, and you can be found now guilty by reason of insanity. So that's a danger of labeling these rich individuals that are shaping our world as psychopaths and insane and crazy, is because you take away all responsibility and onus from their actions. So we need to stop doing that. Just dismissing them and calling them crazy, that actually empowers them, gives them a pass, gives them more gravitas to do even more crazy shit. And my brother was saying something like years ago. He was saying, man, I can't wait until I get old. I was like, why? He's like, yo, because when you old, you can just talk shit. You don't got to work. You can just say whatever, and nobody, you won't get in trouble for it because people just label you as crazy. But there's individuals right now that aren't even elderly, that are rich, or that, you know, they're in certain positions, and they just say whatever, and people just pass it off as insanity, and they get it passed, and they just keep doing it. When you take away the crazy label from an individual who's clearly doing something and knows what they're doing, but when you take away that crazy label, you make them more accountable. And to me, it lights the fire under them to be more sincere and honest in who they are. You know? These people ain't crazy. Stop giving these billionaires passes, man. Because being insane was the key to being rich. And like I said, you have to have a level of disillusion. Like as I stated earlier in the video, you have to have a level of disillusion to think that you can be so successful that you will have billions of people follow you, listen to you, provide you money, what have you. You have to have that, but to me, that's calculated. That's not insane. Insanity is by accident. There's a Latin phrase called ordo. There's a Latin phrase called ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos. So, with a lot of these billionaire individuals, I relate that to this. We see them as being chaotic and all that, whatever. Like we see Kanye as being so chaotic, but look at all the things that he's producing, from music to arts to just being a billionaire in general. Allegedly the richest black man in America ever. You know what I'm saying? There's order that comes out of that chaos. They said the universe, reality itself was formed out of chaos, and now there's a level of order to it. It's what some of y'all deem as insanity, and some of y'all see as psychotic and crazy, man. To me, that's just a part of like the process that it takes to be successful. You call it crazy, they call it necessary. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're not afraid to do that shit. Hey, give me 1 second while I go grab some snacks. I'm gonna leave y'all on. 1 second. Oh, my bad, I'm back. That was a little 2-minute intermission. This gas station is cool because one of the clerks that works here, I'm not telling you where, nosy motherfuckers, but one of the clerks that works, she always in a good attitude, has a good attitude, playing good music and stuff like that. So it's cool to see individuals up relatively early. It's not that early, it's 11 on the East Coast, but it's cool to see people, you know what I'm saying, like when I go to the gas station or whatever, and they just having a good time with a good mood and stuff. So that's dope. You know what I mean? Absorb some of that positive energy, and hopefully, you know, that can carry over with me and then reflect with other passengers that I'm picking up. Because I didn't really want to work today. Not this. I didn't want to do this, but you know, I'm gonna make good money doing it, and I'm just gonna make the most of it rather. and see all the benefits that's gonna come out of it. But anyway, I say that, yeah, that was a little intermission. My apologies, but yo, man, we need to stop dismissing billionaires as being insane, yo. Because think about it, if the billionaire is insane, right, and you are not, and you're sane, the billionaire is insane, but you are sane. But the billionaire is way more successful than you on a monetary level. What does that say about you? Is that going to influence you to act crazy and insane and to achieve what they have? These people are calculated, man. It's hard for me to save $1,000. It's hard for me to make $2,000. You know what I mean? It's not easy for me. You know, I sound like I have all the knowledge and everything, and it's not necessarily that it's hard. It's just that there are not a lot of things on this planet that motivate me to make money, and there's a lot of things that I could probably achieve, you know, that would afford me to make a lot of money in a small amount of time. But I have to believe in those things in order for me to try that. Like they say, you can make a lot of money in real estate, but it's just something I have no interest in. And if you have no interest in something, you don't really believe in it. So until I believe in something, then that's when I will obtain whatever it is I'm trying to reach from a monetary standpoint. And I don't just do jobs just for the sake of making money. Well, I do, but you know what I'm saying? If I can't see the payoff in a relatively quick time with just working for, quote unquote, the man, then it's going to be hard for me to do it. You know, this is driving limousines. It's a mindless, for me, it's not mindless, but it's automatic for me. It's nothing. There's still a level of intelligence. You still have to like be organized and trick playing and things of that nature. But for me to like completely start over and try to learn a whole new skill, approaching 44 years old, nah, man. I'm gonna keep doing what I do with this comedy. I'm getting a lot more calls with stand-up comedy. I'm starting to make more money with it, but I can push myself more as far as voice acting and things of that nature. Voice acting, film, what have you, you know, continue to build the social media presence, all that, blah, 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 blah. And there's some people, you know, that don't do comedy or don't do any of those things. And they probably see my life and how I'm living and how I'm choosing a meager life because I believe in my art and my ability. And they see me as just choosing meager surroundings as insane. Some people would see that as insane. How could you live like that? You just blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, because I see the potential in this shit, man. I mean, even doctors don't make... I've had comedy shows where I've gotten paid $400 for 30 minutes. Even doctors don't make that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? That's $800 an hour. I've done that shit, yo. A few times. For 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if I $250 for 30 minutes, still $500 an hour. There's not too many occupations that can afford you that. And I'm just talking trash on stage and making people laugh and making people feel good. I see the potential in that. But I have to keep developing and marketing myself to get to a point where enough people will have a demand for me, so that's something that I can get on a regular basis. And some people would call that insane, me taking so long to get to that point. But I see the vision, and that's what a lot of billionaires see. You know what I'm saying? Whatever endeavor or whatever they choose to do, people can't see that vision. So because they can't see what the billionaire sees, because they can't see the rationale or the reason why a billionaire does certain things, they just deem them as insane, man. And to me, like I said, it's giving them a pass. It's a lot of nefarious rich motherfuckers that people just keep trying to give their actions and their decisions a pass in the form of calling them insane. They're not insane. They know exactly what they're doing, man. Because it's easy to be insane. It is a simple thing to be crazy. And if it's a simple thing to be crazy, that means it's a simple thing to be a billionaire. And it's not. So let's stop doing that. Let's stop calling people that's billionaires insane.